What is up, you guys? What is up, my fellow nurses? It's your boy Eric here, your boy Air, back in a new video. So, guys, I've officially passed my boards as of not too long ago, and yeah, I'm a full on RN. So, guys, with that being said, I want to jump straight into the video. Today's video is about the NCLEX and how to prepare and how to kill it. Personally, I passed in 75 questions, so hopefully my advice will help you guys out. So guys, first things first to start off is to sound simple. It sounds ABC, but it is necessary. So the first thing to do is setting up a date. Now, why do I bring this up? A lot of people, a lot of my classmates, they end up changing their dates. So if you pick a date, pick it, stick with it, and run through it. Now, what do I recommend? I recommend choosing a date 3 weeks out to 6 weeks. So 3 weeks is, I believe 3 weeks is the most optimal. 6 weeks is, again, it's great there as well. Me personally, I took the NCLEX at about 6 weeks after my graduation date and made out well, passing at 75 questions. So guys, please do not change your dates. Please stick to it, and you will rock the NCLEX. Alright guys, next thing up is knowing your weaknesses. So when you're in nursing school and when you're graduating, you know a couple things that you need to brush up on. You're like, hey, I don't really remember maternity that well. I don't remember pharmacology that well. Everyone has their weaknesses. Everyone needs to work on something. Me personally, pharmacology was a big one. I know I had to revisit cardiac strips. There's stuff I had to work on myself. So I made a list of that. And when I studied, whatever program I chose, I tended to lean towards those questions. So I would do 20 questions of farm, 20 questions of maternity, and so forth. So there's that. So knowing your weaknesses. All right, guys. Now selecting a program. This is something you want to pick. It's like picking a Pokemon in any of the Pokemon games. You know, you pick your starter and you want to stick with it. So guys, when you pick a program, there's like ATI, there's RN Master, there's UWorld, there's Hearst. And what I recommend is choosing one and again sticking with it. Me personally, I chose UWorld, but I've heard great things about Hearst. I've heard great things about ATI. I've heard about people running through with those programs and passing as well. A friend of mine personally, she took ATI alone and passed in 99 questions. That's great. I don't think there's anything inherently bad with any of these programs. I chose UWorld because the rationale is great. I haven't heard anything bad about it. But again, these other programs are not bad. If you have like financial difficulties at the moment, those programs are not bad. RN Mastery app is another great resource. I use it through nursing school and it helped me out well. And I feel like it would help you out during the NCLEX as well. But again, I chose UWorld because the rationales are great. I have not heard anything negative about it. And hey man, I passed with 75 using UWorld. Okay, so guys, the next step is to choosing the correct amount of questions per day. Guys, consistency is key. If you can only do 20 questions per day, do that. But what I do recommend if you're only doing 20 questions a day is to build up your stamina to somewhere like around 75 to 85 to 100 to 150 questions per day. Now, why do I recommend this? The reason why you want to do questions every day is to help with your stamina and to get familiarity with these questions. Whatever program is, you're choosing their questions in the same format as the NCLEX. So you want to get into the habit of answering questions and building up your knowledge. That's the only way you're gonna learn. Now, when you're choosing these questions, you guys, you're for UWorld in particular, you're able to specify whatever kind of principle you want on those questions. So if you want to just take pediatric questions, that you can do that. You can do 75 pediatric questions. You want to do 75 maternity questions, you can do it as well. So me personally, I was doing 75, 85 questions a day on average, and it worked out for me. Again, like I said, I studied for 2 weeks religiously, if you want to put it like that, and I made out well. But again, consistency is key. Just keep on pumping those questions out every single day. And guys, do not work yourself to fatigue. Do not do like 200 questions just to take the next 3 days off. That is a big no. Do not do that. Why do I say that? Because you're gonna fatigue yourself. You're not gonna want to do anything, and you're just gonna stretch yourself out at that point. So I do not recommend that. I do not encourage that at all. All right, guys. For me personally, UWorld is what I used. And I also recommend the Mark Clinic lectures. Now these lectures are great. They brush up on your fundamentals. This is information that you need to know. This is information that everyone else knows. So guys, with that being said, there are free reviews that are given out at the school. I know my school personally gave out a 3-day ATI review, and that I feel like that benefited me greatly. It's a brush up on everything. If you haven't graduated yet, you'll get that soon, hopefully. I would inquire about that to your advisors, whoever that may be, and ask, hey, do we get a live review? I mean, I'm pretty sure you would know. But again, it's just a quick review of again, from the beginning of the school to the end. It's every day is, I believe it was 8 hours a day, and you run through everything like CHF, canes and crutches, etc. This is stuff that's very beneficial and it's broken down easily and it's easy to digest. So I recommend going to those live reviews. But again, going back to my clinic, those audios can be found on Google, and I highly recommend them. And if you're starting out studying, I recommend listening to the audios first and then getting into the questions, because the audios again teach you fundamentals. They reinforce it, I should say, and he breaks it down to as easy. It's very it's digestible. It's easy to digest. So I highly encourage the audios. Again, if you can find on Google, and guys, those audios are a must. I think so. So personally, my experience with the NCLEX. All right, guys. So again, I chosen 6 weeks out. This is a big one. All right, guys. So my UWorld, actually, I initially scored a borderline on the assessment on UWorld. I chose the $180, $190 package, 2 assessments in the QBank, and I initially scored borderline on it. And you know, I kind of like, all right, well, I knew myself I had to brush up on some things, so I like, all right, well, that's to be expected. So I studied and studied and studied. So with UWorld, I was, again, 75 questions a day. I was scoring around, I was actually marking on average, if not a little bit below or a little bit above. So do not freak out if you're not hitting the 80s and 90s. That, guys, do not freak out. My friends are freaking out. My friends have, some of them haven't taken the boards yet, and they are just like freaking out. Why am I not getting these 90s? Why am I not getting these 80s on UWorld? I'm not gonna pass. That's the equivalent of a D. Guys, do not beat yourself up. UWorld is actually much harder than the actual NCLEX. I feel like the NCLEX was I feel it was a bit easier, honestly. And do not beat yourself up if you're not getting these high marks. And on the assessments too, let me get back to that actually. So my initial assessment was borderline, and then I studied for a bit, and then I took my next assessment a week before the NCLEX. What did I score on that? I scored borderline again, so I'm like, oh man. I felt a little bit discouraged. I wasn't too beat up because I knew at the end of the day, UWorld is difficult. But again, my classmates have passed. I have faith in myself to pass as well, and I know I've been studying. So guys, do not beat yourself up over the assessment scores. Honestly, if I could recommend it to like my brother, I'd be like, hey, just use the QBank, do 75 questions or 100 questions, and let that be your margin. I don't believe you need an assessment. Again, if anything, use one. But do not let that indicate how good of a nurse you are. Guys, you've passed these semesters of nursing school. You passed all these hard exams. You passed the finals. You know your information. It's just about brushing up on them. And have faith in yourself. Do not let UWorld dictate how good of a nurse you are, because I know you are and you know you are. Come on, the proof is there. So guys, with that being said, do not beat yourself up with UWorld and just keep on rocking hard, man. And you know your information. And guys, just with like any test, you know, sure, some of us knew what's going to be an exam and we felt we're prepared, but there are some tests where you're like, hey man, I can't retain all this information, and yet we still succeeded. So guys, just do not beat yourself up. And that pretty much wraps up this video. So guys, rewatch this video if you need, again, clearance. Write this down. Do whatever helps get that cemented in your head. And you will rock the NCLEX. I have faith in all of you. I know you guys will do well. I know you guys will go high. And guys, again, do not aim for 75 questions. I know everyone wants to pass 75, right? But hey man, look, as long as you pass in your first try, that's all that matters. If you get to 265 and still pass, awesome. I love you. If you get to 110 questions, awesome, I love you. If you get to 75 questions, awesome, I love you. It's all the same thing at the end of the day, because we're all nurses, and you know, we're not gonna let a test dictate us. Again, it's great that we passed 75, we all wanna say that, but it doesn't matter. And I also want to encourage, if you do not pass your NCLEX on the first try, again, don't feel discouraged, just knock it back out. And again, guys, managing your stress levels. No matter what you do, you're gonna be nervous on that day. You're gonna be anxious, you're gonna be stressed out, you're gonna be fatigued. Guys, it's just about managing yourself. So you need to take a day off to relax, go for it. Me personally, I highly encourage you not to study the day before the test. Just relax, because you want to save all that energy for the day of the test. That's when you need it. That's when it counts. So just relax, do whatever gets you, you know what I'm saying? And I'll chill. So if that me personally, I went for a car ride. I'm like, hey, let me just drive out a little bit, you know, calm my nerves. If you want to go get your nails done, if you want to get a massage, by all means. You want to go out for a drink, by all means. Don't overdo it though. But guys, just relax and you know, just chill, and you guys will make out well. And again, if you do not pass, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I have faith in all of you. And that's pretty much sums up this video. So I catch you guys in the next one. E is out.